What's up, guys? With me here, I have a legend, a superstar, a man that wears a lot of hats. I don't know how he does it, honestly. I don't know how he goes from being a legend, an OG, someone that has single-handedly led the hip-hop culture, and especially when it comes to the Igbos, he's done a lot in this industry, and I have him right here with me on ZAZA Space. I have illBLISS, aka Oka Boss, Tobechukwu Melvin Ejiofor. Boss, welcome to the show. I'm super excited. Boss.
Yes, Zaza.
I know say this journey, I know for you to begin this journey, I know like for you to be where you are today, it didn't start in a day. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of molding processes. I want to know what you think was the biggest price you paid to be where you are right now. And then if you can go back in time, are you going to pay the price again?
Okay, so when you say the biggest prizes, the biggest prize I've paid, none of this Oga Boss persona of Oga Boss branding, none of it was, it all happened in stages. I never ever thought any of these things were going to come through.
Okay.
I never knew one day you speak about, hip hop culture in Nigeria, in Africa, and you label me a legend, because guess what? I was born in the Southeast.
I know, right?
And then I finished from University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and got on a night bus. I came to Lagos.
Oh my gosh.
No, I didn't fly. You understand? So, meanwhile, cheers to everybody that came with the night buses.
Cheers, cheers. They came with night buses.
These are not the planes. So I came in here, and from here I ended up in NYSC camp in Yanobaja, you understand, and from there started to find my way, tried to find a job, because I was here for service. I didn't know a soul in Lagos. So I came here, started to do some bank interviews, because I just needed a job that was going to put money in my pocket.
Bank?
Yeah. I studied social sciences. I was in political science in UNN, graduated, came to Lagos, and I was clueless in the camp. We were just partying, we were free, we were young, free, and we had small alawi in our pockets. So I felt, okay, this was it, this was freedom. Then there's this girl I was chasing in camp. So every morning I wake up, I won't see her. In the evening, she will resurface again. So I always used to ask her, why don't you come to the Mami market? Why don't you just come?
Should they go night meeting?
No,
does she go for night meeting? Where does she go?
No, she always used to go to VI. She would take buses, go to VI, go and write aptitude tests for companies. She was looking for work.
Oh my God.
So she kept asking me, do you have anywhere to serve? I'm like, no. She's like, you should start looking for where to serve. Okay, come tomorrow, let's go to the bank. He said, oh, you're wasting all these your young boy raps. Young boy will not get money. You understand? So we got on the bus, headed out to VI, and I ended up in law school and wrote my first bank test. I think that was Diamond Bank, I think. Then from there, started writing a couple more tests. So before you know it, I got a couple of offers. I chose one, and that's how I ended up. That's how I started as a banker, in Lagos.
From banking to...
Yeah.
What does it connect from banking to hip-hop?
Because, sometimes... No, I was rapping. I've always been rapping, Zaza.
When?
I've been rapping from when I was in JS1. Yeah, from JS1 I'd been rapping. Always knew. My older brother, Muna, introduced me to rap music. We grew up in Enugu, and he'll come back and show me, like rap tapes. So I started to learn. How to write raps down on paper, and then I went into uni. When I got into UNN, it became like really, I did so many shows in uni. When you go to UNN, near the school gate, you see like an Oga Boss graffiti, like big facial graffiti. Yeah, there. So then I graduated from UNN and headed into Lagos. But I didn't know, all I knew was that Lagos was the New York. Lagos is
where it all happens.
Lagos is the hub. Lagos is the hub.
Lagos is where it all happens. Like,
absolutely.
If you ever want to go into music, I feel like everyone that wants to go into music from the East, their main goal is to get to Lagos.
Yeah.
It's from Lagos that you now know, are you going forward, are you going backwards, or are you going back to your village,
Not just from the East, though.
Yeah.
From the North, from
everywhere.
Wherever it is that you'd come. But Lagos, I had a lot of Lagos friends in uni.
You just mentioned being a banker.
Oh, yeah.
So you started out as a banker, and then you went into rap.
Yeah.
So coming now as a successful, as a legend, as an
Yeah.
OG, but and you were a banker before.
Yeah.
How did banking, has it helped you in
How it shaped
sustaining
me.
in your wealth,
Yeah.
or like in your
Okay.
spending, in your finances?
Yeah.
When you're picking jobs, how does banking come in there? Like,
This is a very important question, Zaza.
Yeah.
So banking taught me everything that I know today. You know, in like I use a lot of bank practices,
of course,
you know, to build my brand.
That's why I asked,
Yeah, yeah, because you know, so one day I was in broad.
Say bankers are always very stingy.
No. I'm not that kind of banker. Yeah.
Are you that kind of banker?
No, I wasn't. And you know how I was, I came in and I got thrown into a department called oil and gas. So I started with the big transactions. I started with the big clients. And so it built me. My bosses threw me in the deep end and told me, so you either learn or you sink. And I wanted them to retain me in the bank, you know, so that I could become like a proper banker, no longer just a copper. So I started to learn everything. And I moved around a lot. I went from oil and gas to commercial banking, to retail banking, to private banking, to customer care, to treasury, to risk management. You know, so I have a lot of experience in a lot of branches in the bank. And as I was touching base with them, I couldn't even come out and tell people I could rap. I always used to hide.
But there's no correlation between
There's no
the two.
correlation because banking is so stiff and
like,
so
serious,
yeah, so
with the tie
so
and
serious.
everything, with
But
the shoes.
yeah, with the shoes. But see what happened there. So on
Yeah.
Fridays they call it the dress down days. So dress down days, as a banker, I am meant to now wear a t-shirt, wear like some chinos pants, and wear some loafers. Man, those Fridays were my hip hop days. I'll wear my jeans, my teams, my baseball jerseys. Then my boss called me one day and was like, why do you always dress like a musician? Why can't you just, I'm like, no, Ojide, I don't want to dress like you guys now. This is what I mean. Am I not meeting my targets?
Are you still in communication with your boss?
Oh yes, they are. Now they kiss the ground. Now they kiss the ground and I'll walk on. Because they know.
Yeah.
And you know,
now you've showed them.
They always used to say, I met one of them, you know, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
At I think it was at 4 Points. So where I was having dinner with some people and he came to me and he was like, is this you, Tobe? I'm like, yes. Yeah. So, Ogaki. He said, oh my God, my children are fans of your music. My wife loves your music. I'm like, oh, this is incredible. Nice. Now he's an ED in Zenith. But you know, I looked at him and I'm like, this is exactly how I would have been if I stayed in the bank.
Exactly.
You know, and he's like, oh, we're still here in finance, you know, we're still stuck here. I'm like, but you like what you do.
Yeah.
I had to chase my dreams, you know. And going back to the question you asked me, so because I was in the marketing department, I went out a lot. I was always in the streets trying to convert customers, trying to win new accounts for the banks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people shut their doors in my face. A lot of people didn't open accounts. A lot of people just lead you on and they wouldn't do it, you know. But it taught me how to be resilient. It taught me how to be dogged.
Exactly.
So, man,
not to take no for an answer.
Never take no for an answer. So I'll worry you, and people will be like, just give him a check. Let him just go. If you like, let the check bounce. You know. But I learned the Lagos streets. I learned how to move around, mainland, island. I learned because coming from the east, I didn't know a lot of places.
Yeah.
You know, but I'll leave VI. Sometimes I won't see a pool car to go marketing. I'll get on a bike and run through Third Mainland Bridge.
Oh my
I took a lot of risks as a banker just to meet my targets. And I did really well because I moved from one bank. After a year, I got retained. I moved to another bank, then another bank, then another bank. I left banking as an assistant manager.
Oh my God.
Yes. So in the process of doing all of this, I went to do an interview on radio one day. I couldn't change because normally I change to, you know, more hip-hop outfits. I got to the station and I met this lady at the reception, specifically Rhythm FM. I'll be specific. And the lady said, good afternoon, sir. Are you our banker? I said, no, I'm a musician. He said, and you are dressed like this in a suit with a tie and a tag, a name tag. Wow, okay, I'm going to fill your name on this. And I wrote my name. You know what the woman said? She said, wow, this one a proper Oga boss. That's where my name came from.
So that's how your name came from?
That's where my name came from.
Oh my God.
So immediately she said it, I'm like, Oga boss. And I'm always inspired by all the bosses of hip-hop, from Jay-Z to Rick Ross to Nas. These are the people that I got a lot of inspiration from. So I said, you're going to change your name to illBLISS, aka
Oga
Oga Boss. And
Ah!
that's where it came from.
Yeah, that was a very beautiful experience with that woman.
Thank you.
Have you been able to
I
reach
see her.
her?
I see her. I always keep giving her
communication?
money, and she never knows
Oh my
why.
God.
Yes, but
She needs to know why.
No, she's retired. I finally told her.
Yeah.
She couldn't for the life of her understand. She didn't even remember that conversation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you know, it's a crazy journey. I've had a crazy journey through music.
Yeah, really, it's been indeed really crazy.
So banking helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Just to go back to your question,
Yeah.
helped me understand how to manage money, the value of money, how to invest.
Yeah.
How to diversify your investments from capital market to money market. I mean, you don't need to be a banker to know all of these things, but I took special interest because I was in the bank and I was seeing people's balances of just trading in stocks, of just, you know, putting money in fixed deposits or in money markets and so on and so forth. He also taught me about businesses that work in Nigeria, consumables, businesses that you need on the daily. You understand?
Yeah.
So it taught me a lot about how this economy really works. So when I came into music, I had Expo.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
you're
not wasteful.
But now, like the source of the income that you invest, the source of the money you invest, is it like solely music? How realistic is it for a celebrity to sustain on music alone? It is very realistic, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that is absolutely for me though. The era that I came into music from, it was impossible. It wasn't that's why a lot of OGs age and they didn't make a lot of money, or when they made money they didn't diversify their investments. So I can still hear my mother's voice in my head saying, "Now, ilukwa Lagos anwi chotolo, obrokwe egwu ka ị ga-agụ." What this means in English is, when you get to that Lagos, make sure that you find a job, because you went through uni. Myself and your dad kind of wasted all of this money for you to just say you're making music, and then music wasn't fashionable.
That time, if you say, "Oh, I want to get into music, I want to do music," they see you as someone that just
family disgrace.
Family disgrace. You don't disgrace your
Black
family.
sheep.
But what I'm talking about is like right now, our celebrities, like to maintain that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like Nigerians, they like to consume flashy things, luxurious things, and most of our celebrities, they kind of like lose track.
Yeah.
Trying to sustain that lifestyle, that lifestyle, trying to be in the prime. The prime lights, trying to just be in the scene. So they kind of like, we've seen a lot of things come up, you know, people saying, "Oh, I bought this house," but later they did not buy the house. People saying later, "I bought this car," but later they did not buy the car. And then we're thinking, is it the same music, you know? Yeah.
Okay. So like I was saying, the era that I came from, there wasn't this amount of pressure. It was there, but you know, social media hadn't become such a dominant force in promoting music and building a brand. You know, so you could still have an understated life and still be popular. You know, but today it's a totally different environment. Artistic people are under so much pressure. They're under pressure because they need to live it up. They need to always look like they're jamming, like the things that are happening for them are like real time, like every day we're balling, you know. And then they say, don't believe everything you see on the gram. Don't believe everything you see on TikTok, on social media, because it's not real. It's not always that real, you know. So,
especially in this Lagos.
Lagos is the capital of the glamour and the falsehood, because Lagos teaches the rest of Africa how to ball.
How to ball, exactly.
You understand? So you're seeing people that are on a boat cruise, but you know that this guy is homeless, but he's on a boat cruise drinking the most champagne. Making the most noise. He goes to the red carpets. If he's going for the AMVCAs, his dress or her dress is probably the most dramatic.
Exactly.
Top 10.
But then they've got no house.
But they have nowhere to keep their heads. You understand? And so on and so forth. So it just puts them under a lot of pressure. So they keep faking it until they make it or they drop and die. I am also still very in touch with how the now artists move. I don't move like them, but I'm in touch with so many of them that are like my youngins. So I see and I'm like, you know, you need to buy a house, you're buying too many cars. And it's like, boss, it's the lifestyle. And I'm like, but cars are not really assets. Because I'm speaking from like a banker. On my balance sheet as a banker, it's a frigging liability. because once you buy it, you start to spend, and then the theory of depreciation sets in. You know, so I teach them, and they're like, boss, you know, after that conversation with you, I cut down on the cars and I bought some properties. So, and I like to hear stuff like that, you know. But also, there are also a lot of young artists that are smart.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't rule it out. They can't always get that advice from an OG. Sometimes they're just like, man, bro, I need to
And
diversify.
basically, not all OGs are OGs. You
There's some
understand what I
dumb
mean?
OGs.
Yeah, there are some dumb ones. There are some ones that are just there, and you know they got no impact, but they're OGs. You know, yeah, they're just OGs. I'll call that on the gram. OG on the gram, and OG in real life they're just really
It's too
different. Has Madame ever raised an eyebrow through your years in the career? What was the toughest point you guys had to go through when it comes to like you in the music industry in those years? What is the toughest experience and how did you handle it?
My wife just is a very arranged person. She's very organized. I'm the scattered one. She's very organized and always wants the best for me. Always tells me, you have to promote the music better. You need to change. You need to change directions.
She's your bestie then?
Oh, that's my best. She's beyond the bestie.
No, I'm surprised by what you're saying.
Oh my God.
That's why I'm looking at the camera like, oh my God.
No, my wife is, and then my wife would be like, that verse is whack, because she used to rap when she was in Unilag, and then, but you know, she's first daughter in Igbo culture, man. First daughter used to go and find money and set the pace.
Probably.
Yes, you understand. You get the feeling.
That.
But she understands what I do, and she's like, you don't care enough about your brand. You need to do more. You need to collaborate more. You need to post more. Your interactions are dropping on Instagram. You need to do this. You need to find a way to hack TikTok. You need to do that. So, you know, but she does that without putting me under pressure. You understand? So my wife is my biggest partner, my biggest blessing, and just keeps praying for me. She knows the industry is crazy, and she knows the industry is filled with all kinds of distractions, but she just keeps saying, every time you go there, say a prayer.
And for you to be able to navigate through all these years without having a single controversy.
Nah. It wasn't even me. It wasn't even strength of self. It was just God. It's just God. I just keep... That's why I don't go out a lot. Like, I go out, it's you, ZAZA. You have magic powers. That's why I'm here. And then a few other people that, you just shot the beam.
I hypnotized him. I don't something.
And I was coming, I didn't know I was coming on your podcast set. You understand? So, but I know that, you know, I'm choosy. I'm very picky about where I go to, the circles that I keep. I cut off a lot of things because of that. So I have a very secluded life. But what this means is that you need to walk a lot more behind the scenes, because you're not the guy that is in one club this weekend, the other club next weekend. I like it when I go out and people are like, Jesus, Oga Boss came for my event. This is awesome.
What is your go-to excuse to get out of like commitments? Because of course you are in the scene, you're in the limelight.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get invited to a lot of events. You're gonna get a lot of invitations to so many places.
Yeah.
What is like your go-to excuse to say no? Count me out of this one.
I wouldn't even say it immediately, but I'll probably know from our conversations that I won't come. After a while, I'll now weigh the event. Then I'll call. I always call.
Okay.
I say, bro, I'm so sorry, your film premiere, I can't come. I've lied a few times.
You're like, I want to know the lie.
I'm not in town. Oh, I'm in the east. They think I'm a trader in Onitsha. Like, they think I have a shop in Ochanja Market.
And you're lying down at home.
And I'm like, and I'm just chilling at home.
Lagos never sleeps, and neither do I. Hi, my name is ZAZA, and this is my space. A space where we tell the real story, where we have deep and meaningful conversations. My mission is to show you a different side to your favorite celebrities, the parts where they don't always show you. Whether it is escaping a day in their own world or living a reality in my own world, this is where it all happens. This is not just any interview. This is raw, this is unfiltered, and this is ZAZA Space. Boss, what is one thing you wish people knew about you? Like one thing you wish people knew about you?
If there's anything I wish people knew about me, it would be just the amount of work maybe that I've put into this music business. Because I think sometimes people think, you know, stuff was just handed down to me, you know, and you know, because fans meet you at different points in your career. So sometimes they think It's always been easy. I've not always been Oga Boss, you know. I built it up. I took it from zero to 100, you know. So just sometimes I just feel, sometimes I feel a bit underappreciated. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, they give it.
Like we don't give you your flowers.
Yeah,
enough,
like I feel
that.
like I think like, but you know, but in the same vein, it's not like I've ever kind of waited on flowers. Like I get loads of flowers all the damn time, but I just feel like they don't know the amount of work I put into the music. You understand? The amount of work carrying a whole region. I mean, carrying the Southeast, which is my birthplace, my home soil, carrying it on my back in the West. We're not the first, we're not top of mind. And this is not to say that Western media didn't support our music. They have incredibly over the years. But I just feel like sometimes it just feels like, okay, there they go again. You know, this rare breed, this acquired taste kind of artists from the Southeast. We never just get all the credit that we deserve. You know, but then my mantra is, if you're mad at something, you go in and you keep working. You keep firing. Exactly. Yeah, like a footballer, you fire, miss, you fire again, you miss, you fire again until one just goes in. So I just sometimes just feel like people don't understand the amount of work that we put in, especially for the fact that we're not here, we weren't born here, we don't have all our connections and assets and everything. You know? So that's it. And then maybe secondly, people always think I'm a bit more arrogant because the music videos have not helped me. When I mean they haven't helped me, everybody just sees you in the videos and, you know, you're always in a boss position. They never see you out of character.
Exactly.
So they're like this one. So like when they meet you,
they don't know that you're a human being as well.
No, they don't. They just don't know that it's all a, you know, like I'm a sweet guy. Guys, officially, I'm saying it.
Do you cry though?
Never. No.
When was the last time you cried?
I think it was when I lost my dad. Yeah, that's some time ago. That's like 2005. Yeah. No, but I don't cry.
Since 2005 you don't?
No, I hold a lot of stuff in.
Are you serious?
And it's not nice. I'm not saying it's healthy because I feel like, you know, guys should break down every now and then and stop, you know, flexing muscles and all. But I'm very controlled. I can take a lot of shock. And it's a skill. It's a blessing. And not you know, men always have to be strong. We always have to put up a stern face, always have to, you know, hold it together.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, so I have that side. Because
of course you have to have that side. In King of Boys, I saw a different version of you. I can't even look you with one eye safe because the way you bodied that role.
Corner eye.
You perfectly bodied that role.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you.
Now, at some point I'm thinking, nah, there has to be a little bit of his personality mixed in this.
Oh yeah.
Because you bodied it so perfectly.
Oh yeah.
And you know when we coined that personality around that university area. So like in university, what were you like? Were you like a bookworm?
In uni.
Or were you like the people where they worry school?
I don't worry school. I know if I worried school, you'd have seen the posts. Maybe you'd have seen me post. Because a lot of people come out and they glorify whatever it is that they did in uni and you know, and when I was in uni, like cults and confraternities used to be the way. Like, you know, I grew up in the Southeast. It's not like Lagos where the young men in Lagos, they have different hustles and things to do and distract them to make money. Man, in the East, cultism was like age grade. You understand? So as we're entering uni, you don't blend. But, you know, my blending was hip-hop music. So hip-hop kept me apart from all of that. I have friends I lost in uni, friends that got shot, friends that got maimed, you understand? And by first year, they were eyeing me like, bro, what's up, man? Why don't you just, you know, just conform, do the right things. I know people that became enemies, that grew up together and got into uni and became enemies because they chose different pathways and different colors. But for me, nah, I am the cult.
When you got the script,
did you hear what I said?
Yes.
I am the cult. Like I move like 100 men.
Just by yourself?
Yes, just
one man squad.
Squad. I just needed you to hear that.
Yeah, I heard it. He's a cult on his own. He's really a cult.
By self.
So, boss, I was gonna ask, because the way you bodied the role, there really must have to be. If you're saying you're a cult, there really must have to be a part of you that was able to sink to that
was ruthless.
role.
That was ruthless.
That was ruthless.
Yeah.
Because the way you bodied that role. So
Yeah.
I want to ask, like, when you got the script,
Yeah.
how did you react? How were you able to, just tell me about how you were able to body that role.
Kemi Adetiba sent me a script and said, there's a film, King of Boys, we need to do it. Ili, there's this Igbo guy in the film, I think you're going to fit the role. And I said, no, Kemi, because I don't want to act. I just want to produce film. I don't want to be the actor. I've never looked at myself like an actor. In as much as when I was growing up, I was a huge fan of a lot of rap artists, American rap artists that were actors, you know, most notably Tupac Shakur. I saw him do film successfully.
I love Tupac.
Yes, and I also saw him, you know, do music exceptionally well. But I just never thought that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to just, you know, produce. So, and I didn't read the script. So she sent it like, I think it was in July or something she sent it. I read that script in December, after I thought the film had been shot. So and I just looked at the script, I'm like, yeah, it's that King of Boys movie. What was it about even? I was dodging Kemi all that period. I wasn't answering her calls. And after a while, I think she just gave up on me. And then I read the script, I'm like, easy lie. Is this what the story is about? And I called her, I call it the call of shame. And I called her and said, hey, Kemi, what's up now? And then we started talking again and she's like, Ili, I still haven't done the film, you know? I'm like, well, send me a contract, I'll sign off, you know? And his name wasn't always Odogu Male. I called the guy Odogu Male, I renamed the character.
Oh my gosh,
yes.
what was the previous one?
No, I'm going to tell it to you like offline. It's not a jamming name. It's not a jamming name, but I'll tell you. And we're going to say it on this show, but it will not be from my mouth.
Exactly.
And that's how it happened. And, you know, I had to kind of put elements of myself as a rapper, myself as an Igbo man.
Exactly.
You understand? All into that character for it to stand.
So between Odogu Male and illBLISS, who do you think is more popular?
You know, I thought I was really popular until I made King of Boys. Then I'm like, can you imagine? So this is what all these actors enjoy. Like, even the days that I'm just wearing Crocs and shorts and going to do school runs, parents queue up. Oh my God, it's really him. Hey, Odogu, I'm going to take a picture. My husband needs to know that I met Odogu. And I've just looked at it, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. You know, that means the character was impactful.
No,
yeah, that was. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I just, but I think illBLISS. I think Oga Boss is a bigger deal than I've been in the business a lot longer.
Yeah.
You know, and King of Boys is just two films.
Two films.
Just the original and the sequel. So
I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of people know you more of like Odogu Male. I think the Odogu Male thing
is Gen Z.
It's Gen Z. That movie really went well. Okay, but so we're gonna ask, what is when you go through your DMs, your fans, what is like the most cringe DM you've ever gotten?
Cringe?
Yeah.
There's fans that also support you, but sometimes it becomes psychotic.
Exactly.
Like fans support you.
Some people are extremists,
They're extremists and they become obsessed with you. So I have like quite a number of them over the years.
Which one would you never forget? A DM that you read and you were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. There's a fan that once told me that, you know, so what he does is just plays my music and wears like a mask, like a balaclava, and he's just quoting the lyrics and, you know, and drinks and smokes and just sends me videos. You understand, you know? And then after a while, he'll be like, Oga Boss, if you don't, you must get back to me because I've been your fan. I see you liking other people's pictures. And I like his pictures as well. And I even send comments, you know, like when he says something. He's like, he needs to do a track with me and he needs me to sign him. And if I don't do, he's going to cut himself and bleed to death. You understand? Then the guy started making like suicidal raps for me. You understand? You know? On my day, I just there, I go cut my wrist, I go bleed, I go die. Nothing did this life. You know, say, Oga Boss, me, one a small boss for street. See, I don't they cut myself. Or that dude was doing crane videos. Some of the sickest things I've ever seen.
It is really that dangerous.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy, Zaza. I beat once he was slapping his girlfriend around. The girl was just crouching. And he'll keep phone and just slap her. See, Oga Boss, she vex me. Because now they cause the vex. I'm like,
I did concern you.
But I'm concerned because, you know, these are some of the things. Like, celebrities or even artistic people see a lot of stuff. So it's even bad enough that it's even tasking enough that we have to deal with our creativity and all the issues that come with it, you know. And then you now have to deal with the fans. Exactly. You understand, you know? So there's so many of them and many.
Talking about fans, let's relate them with your family now.
Yeah.
Because you're a family man.
Yes,
we can't talk about illBLISS without talking about his family. So, Side in school, Madam at work, have they ever, been back from school and they told you that did this happen to me because someone thought you were, how does your fame rub off on them, on your family?
No, my kids are good. The kids in school.
Do they know what daddy is? Do they know who daddy is?
They don't have they don't have a total idea. But my daughters will come back and be like, my maths teacher is Mr. Such and Such told me that I'm a fan of your dad. You should tell him,
Nice.
So my such and such person gave me a gift and said, oh, he used to listen to my dad when he was in uni or when he was blah, blah, blah. So they get a lot of perks and they're looking at me like, this guy, you haven't explained yourself entirely to us. No, they won't get it now. But I mean,
really they will get it. They might have the idea, but
yes,
not really.
My last album had them on the cover. Yeah, Side and Kaima, I had both of them as in fact the album Side Kai was coined after their name.
Yeah.
You understand? So that I can leave legacies for them, so that, all the royalties that come with that and every single thing, they will know that their pops was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
So, but they know, my older daughter knows because she keeps saying, Papa, you're very popular, right? I'm like, I try.
They have to know this Gen Alpha. I think that's what they call them. Them ones are the smartest. Them ones are the smartest. Okay, boss. Have you got friends in the industry? Have you got friends?
Yeah, I have a bunch of people that I've become friends with over time. I don't have a lot of. I don't keep my friends in the music space or even in the entertainment space.
How easy is it? What is friendship like in the industry? Because I'm asking because he has a very terrible backstory, betrayal. Someone cutting off another person from being on the show, and you promote Igbo culture.
Yeah.
So you love to roll with the Igbos more than every other tribe.
Yeah.
So in that space, what is the competition like?
First and foremost,
championing the Igbo culture by yourself. What the things that your eye don't see?
First and foremost, Zaza, I am not your typical Igbo guy. I'm a loner. I don't move. I don't believe in squads. I don't believe in entourages. I have friends, but I like to move into a space. I think I have the personality of 100 men. So sometimes people that move in crews want you to know that they are in the room. And maybe because I was also a banker, I was in corporate Nigeria before all of these things started happening for me, artistically and musically. I am still like that. So sometimes when my management is like, we need to go that place, leave an impression, shoot up the whole place, bring some crazy mopo guys, pull up in 4 Prados. I'm like, why? But we cannot fit into one car comfortably. So why are we doing this? But don't get me wrong. I know that entourages affect Nigerians. Nigerians are moved by sight. Yeah, Nigerians like the noise. But I've seen the Prime Minister of England pull up to a Tesco in one car. I'm not the Prime Minister, but I'm just saying that, yes, and I know that the celebrity life, needs all of that, but I'm just not carved like that, and I would never change it. If I was going to change it, it would have been done a long time ago. But now I just like to be very understated. I just think being rich, powerful, understated, there's something about it that I connect with. You understand?
I think you single-handedly broke that, what's it called now? That I don't know how to phrase it, but I think you single-handedly broke into, the rapping in other languages, especially the Igbo language. You single-handedly opened that spot. A lot of other artists that we know that are in that line, at some point in their career, at the beginning of their career, you were the one that gave them the platform. I can name Chidima, I can name Fino and whatnot. What has that experience been?
It's been awesome. It's been an awesome experience. But I didn't do it alone. People had started to create that pathway before I came into the game. Most notably, Raw.
I was gonna say
Raw is a legend. Raw made it possible for all of us to see Igbo as something that we could make music out of. I was rapping in English totally and some pidgin and a little bit of Igbo here and there. So, but Raw made it possible. The late MC Loaf made it possible. These are people that probably don't even get their flowers as much as they should.
They should.
Slow Dog is a king in the Southeast by our music, by Eastern standards, you know, and he contributed a lot. And this is before Fino came. They say protect SARS at all costs. I say they should protect Fino at all costs as well, because I know how much, like, Fino has to be the most popular Igbo human being on the face of the planet.
Exactly. He's doing great.
That's how I look at it. And in impact, I'm looking at impact. I'm looking at how he opened up a new generation for everybody else, for Zorro, for Jerick the Hustler, for Aguero Banks. The whole Southeast is buzzing now, all because we believe in the language and we think we can make hip-hop, incredible hip-hop music out of it. So we did it collectively. It wasn't just me, but I played a huge role.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I carried people on my back, and they landed and carried other people on their backs as well. So it's an ongoing process. Yeah, the journey's been beautiful, because I know that we've been disadvantaged for the fact that the Southeast does not have the kind of structures, you know, that Lagos has. You understand?
Exactly.
So yeah, but we're not alone now.
Yeah,
Also the Port Harcourt people and also the Jos people. MI came from Jos. Omale came from Port Harcourt. Everybody came from, Johnny Drill came from Benin. So everybody had that regional obstacle until they came to Lagos, and Lagos made us all popular.
But so I'm gonna give you a challenge.
Okay.
You're gonna try to score this ball.
Okay.
But with the back of your feet.
The back.
To this nets here.
Hey.
Are you a football fan? Do you like football?
I love football.
Get him in our support.
Arsenal. Man, you can't be in the conversation. That's not a team. That's a crisis. A set of people in absolute crisis. The masses have won everything, so they're chilling. Pep is the GOAT, so they're chilling. Who else? Liverpool, yeah. Liverpool is probably
exactly.
our competition.
Yeah. I don't know how to take it. They survive. Arsenal fans. Go!
Yes.
That was easy. If you're going to give yourself a name.
A name.
As a footballer.
As a footballer.
Which one would you go for?
As a footballer.
A name as a footballer.
It'd probably be C. Ronaldo.
C. Ronaldo. Why?
You know, C. Ronaldo has like 9 lives. Like, just when you think he's hit the zenith for everything he's doing, he takes it a notch higher.
He bounces
you know,
back.
I know people want me to say Lionel Messi, but no, it's not Messi.
You're more for C. Ronaldo. But who's your favorite footballer?
Well, you play ball so well.
Yeah, I do.
How?
I don't know how I do that.
You grew up with boys.
I think so.
You should be in the even the way you try, and then you grew up in Onitsha.
Yes.
You see, that's why I wore this T-shirt for you. This is
exactly.
This is O2 to the world.
O2 to the world.
Oh wow.
So who's your best football player?
My best.
You said Ronaldo.
No, Ronaldo is not my best player.
So who's your best player now?
I don't really do that best thing, Zaza. To be very honest, I don't do that best thing. I think there's so many incredible footballers.
I just called you one now. I just called you one.
Yes. Now wow. And you have a mean shot, man. Even the way you stop the ball.
Who is your favorite rapper right now?
My favorite rapper.
Right now.
Favorite rapper now. In Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know, my list never really changed. I'll give you a small list.
Are you serious?
Maya Baga, Reminisce, Vector.
Oh my God.
That's 3.
That's a very spectacular list.
That's my 3. Then you know you can't pull up this list without Odumo Black.
Of course.
He's keeping our flags.
What kind of conversations do you guys have?
With Odumo?
Yeah.
Real shit. Real shit, man. Odumo is an incredible guy. We don't talk about music a lot. We talk about every other thing. Investments, you know, longevity, family, most importantly, family. Family.
So one of the fans asked on our Twitter poll, if you ever get worried that you don't have a male child yet.
Me?
Yeah.
Male child for me?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not on that now. My girls are queens now. That's all we need. We need to train them to survive in this male-dominated world. You understand? Those things never bother me, not for a second.
It doesn't.
Never. They will inherit
As an Igbo
empires.
man
They will
that you
inherit
are.
empires. And then they will run the empires even when I'm gone. And then they will have kids. And even if they have all girls, the empires
I think
continue.
people don't realize that we've moved past.
Nah,
know,
people
that
are
time
stuck in the past.
we
Girls
say,
are
"Oh,
doing
male child this,
girls
male
are doing
child that."
epic things. Girls are doing epic things. I'm
Oh,
serious.
and I'm doing well.
And look at how much you're pulling off. This used to be male dominated. This used to be, oh, what's she doing? How is she? Nah. How are women able to compete? Nah. So teach the girls, teach them how to be strong.
Exactly.
Teach them how to stay focused. Teach them how to know God, be good judges of character,
You hear that?
and survive.
We ain't worried over here.
No, you can't be. Zaza, especially you are definitely not worried.
I'm not worried.
You've always been the one girl in the team full of boys, and you're still there.
I'm still here.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful thing. Just
thank you so much for coming
raise
through.
raise the girls well.
Thank you so much for coming through for me. I really
welcome.
appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It
And
was
you
nice
know,
having him on
they
the
might
show.
not know, but I am the first guest on your show.
Yes, he's the first, you know.
Yes, the first guest.
He was the first person to believe in
And
this
the impact for this show.
Oh, boss. Gold.
That's the impact. I'll see you, Zaza.
On behalf of ZAZA Space, I want to, present this gift to Boss. Inside this box. No, Boss, don't open it.
I thought it was my box.
What's your favorite car? What's your favorite car?
There's so many, man. But the Maybach.
The key is in here.
2024
I got
Maybach.
an apartment for you in Ikoyi. The key is in here. Don't open it here.
And all the keys are in
Yeah,
here.
the keys are here. When you get home, open it. On behalf of ZAZA Space, we're presenting this box to you. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for giving us an amazing time. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
In a row.
It's heavy.
When you get home, it's very heavy.
Feels like Maybach
I
keys.
told you there are a lot of keys here. Keys to mansion, keys to houses, keys to the Maybach is in here.
Yeah.
Thank you, boss, for coming. I really appreciate it. This means a lot to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I wish you greatness.
We hope to see you soon.
Oh, definitely. No, when you're getting like loads of sponsorship.
When next are you giving
we're
us?
having the sponsorship parties.
Exactly.
That's when I want to come back next.
Exactly. But when next are you giving us a track? When next are you giving us something?
No. They're tracks. Every December I come through.
Yeah, you come through every December.
Through
So
with the
December
record for homecoming.
Exactly. December. We're waiting. December.
Yes.
Thank you so much, boss.
ZAZA Space. Oga, boss. Bless.
Okay, guys, that's the end of this
babe.
episode. I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next episode. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter at ZAZA Space.
Nwanne nazo genti umie. Onye ọbụla noche my money ma shine ebulie. Mana enwekwa ka ọ dị. Ọ ga-adịkwa bloody. Ị ga-eyizi linen mana aka ga-adịkwa mọdị. Asa nwere uche mana asa enwekwalụ the body otu ọ dị. Fagasi na ZAZA kpọbago ọgwụ n'ọdọ ọdụ ka iligati dụọ gị ọdụ. Onye nnukwu isi na gọọmenti egbupụ ya.
Come on!
My name is illBLISS, aka Oga Boss. And guess what? This is ZAZA Space with my homegirl, ZAZA.
Yotago Koseme.